This is Gary Atensu with CNTV, and today we're in Arvada, Colorado. I am here with Enchante Celebrations. Since 2013, they have been transforming any venue size into a personalized beauty and romance. I am here with the artist as well as owner. Shanti, share with me a little bit about yourself. You began basically in 2013 with your business, but it was years before that you really have been involved, working alongside many professionals out there who have inspired you. Share with me how you got started.
Well, we basically entered the wedding venue business or vendor business in about 2010. And we weren't exactly sure which direction we were going to go with it, but we knew that we enjoyed building, we enjoyed art, and we enjoyed interacting with people. So eventually it evolved into catering to the Desi community here in our colorful Colorado. So we do weddings for people that hail from India, from Nepal, from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and that's really our target market. We also do a lot of work with the Jewish community here in Colorado as well, because we build stages and structures that are needed, required in fact, for their marriages, for these different cultures and religious backgrounds.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. Obviously, we get into this hurried lifestyle, and it seems like anymore that these events are moments for us to slow down, enjoy, and celebrate our life with people that we love. Is this an enjoyable part to take place in?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've always been fascinated by the beauty in the diversity in culture, in people. All over the world, people have different ways that they draw together and create a new family and become one, so to speak. And the Indian community is fascinating how they bring their family into the picture there during that wedding celebration. They have their parents with them on the stage and participating in the joining of these two lives together that will now go out into the world and be a family and hopefully become successful in their own community. And I absolutely love orchestrating that because you get to you're with grandparents, grandmothers, mothers, fathers, brides, grooms. Sometimes we're planning, well, one person is still in Pakistan or India or England, and we're orchestrating this all, and the father wants this, and the bride's favorite flower is this, and the groom insists on this, but the big brother is in charge of this. So it's really an orchestrating, and I always tell my clients, there's never too many instruments in a symphony. They just need to be orchestrated properly, and they'll come together and make beautiful music. So our goal is for every family who's entrusted us with that very important task to make their wedding dreams come true and to make the entire family as happy as can be here.
So, regardless of the culture you're dealing with, it seems to me really decor kind of sets the tone. It sets the mood of an event many times. Do you think the guests are appreciative of the fact they walk in somewhere and are kind of whisked away into somewhere different and almost a picture perfect environment?
Absolutely, and with our stage design, we're able to create a focal point once they walk into the room. Sometimes the venues are gorgeous, like the Broadmoor, but sometimes it's just not an aesthetically pleasing space. It's just very bland. It could be very neutral. And so we bring in a focal point. We create a beautiful, elaborate stage just to their liking that represents their true personality. And the guests come in and they just think, wow, we're privileged and honored to be a part of this celebration.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, one of the biggest events that you've touched on a little bit is that of weddings, and you are able to cover different cultures out there. You really have to kind of understand each one of the cultures. Was that something enjoyable for you to always research into?
Absolutely. We have to thank our parents, my sister and I, for having such an upbringing that allowed us to become close friends with people from a variety of cultures around the world, our parents always kept company with a great variety of people. So we've had friends from India, from Nepal, from different parts of Central and South America, and it's just become very natural for us to learn their songs, learn their dances, eat their food, learn how to cook it, bring the spices home from the various markets, and that's how I tried my best to raise my children too, so that they appreciate the variety of mankind. And in fact, we have the opportunity now with this business to honor the variety of mankind.
Wonderful. I would imagine it takes many components to really transform a venue. We're talking about wedding structures, centerpieces, the aisle runners, all the way down to the ceremony tables. Is it really each component that comes together, like you say, and creates the perfect piece?
Yes, and we like to say a funny little thing. I say, well, we work with Legos. So, if you enjoyed that as a child, you'll enjoy working with us. We don't have any set structures. We have several different stages that can be put together in a variety of sizes and shapes. We have many different structures that can be put together with wood, metal at the top, fabric, various different crystals, flower arrangements, and then they get to pick their furniture. And so really all the different elements they get to choose, and we actually draw it all out in color with them on the consultation, and then we put it all together for them.
Wonderful. I imagine decor work properly done really kind of excites our senses. Is lighting a big part of that, and is that something you can help with as well?
Yes, you do need to be able to see your flowers and your bride's smiling face. We work with some amazing lighting companies around town. We also have our own stage lights. We do not light up the rest of the room, but we have good referrals for that. But yes, we love to light up our structures and our brides' faces.
Handcrafted creations are something you're known for as well. I imagine, I mean, this is nothing like a cookie cutter approach. It's really unique, almost as unique as each one of the couples. Is that something you take pride in?
Yes, and that's something that's extremely important to me because everyone is so different. Everyone has their own unique personality, and that's why we actually sit down and do a consultation and design their wedding stage for them, and that's why we draw it all out with them, and they participate and they say, I like that, I don't like that, change that, move that, put that in there, and then we come up with just the perfect design for each couple.
Once that is all taken into place, you know what you're doing. Now, does your team actually go in and do the setup, the decor, as well as the breakdown as well?
Yes, we do. We do all of that.
Oh, so everything included. It's really a turnkey approach. Kind of nice because they get to play a big part of it, but yet they're not in the actual workings of making sure it all comes together. That's where your team really shines.
Yes, and I like to tell clients that the parents that are helping plan and the brides and the grooms, it's your special time with your family. You need to relax. And so it's best if you hire someone that can come in and get that done for you, and you get to put your makeup on and get ready and relax and have a drink and enjoy the whole process.
Like you said before, regardless of where they're setting up, as elegant as the Brown Palace Hotel or something more organic, maybe in a backyard or an exotic mandap, you really are able to create any of these perceptions and atmospheres that people really will enjoy.
That's our goal. That's our goal, to just create a space that's both spiritual and holy for the bride and groom, but also aesthetically pleasing, and also that reaches across the boundaries that the culture requires.
One of the things that makes you a unique approach that you do is really making sure you harmonize with nature. Share with me a little bit about what a green wedding is and what that entails.
Well, we want to make an impact without making an imprint. So Mother Earth has been very good to us, and she is suffering quite a bit right now. We look for solutions because the wedding industry causes much waste, as everyone knows. So we're a rental company. First off, we use our items many times for many different couples. Okay. We also have in place many tactics that we've learned and improved over the years that will allow us to do a setup with minimal waste. And we also recommission many items. You'd be amazed where we find some beautiful items that we can restore or remake, rebuild. We have a good team that can accomplish that task and make it wedding ready. Within the Indian ceremony, there's even a section in the 7 vows that actually speaks to that commission to each person to be responsible on planet Earth. And we like to honor that.
Many times, obviously, weddings are a big day for you, but quite honestly, there's many events and celebrations, be it a family reunion, possibly a party, a bridal shower, or possibly a baby shower. Are these all events that you like taking part of for folks?
Not necessarily. We do weddings and the celebrations that are surrounding the weddings. The other thing that we do that we're very passionate about is celebration of life ceremonies. We've had several huge losses in our family, very, very personal losses. And we understood at that point how important it is to really celebrate that person's life as opposed to simply mourn. So we absolutely love when we can work it into our schedule to have a whole beautiful celebration of life ceremony that, again, is catered to that individual. What did they represent? What did they stand for? What were their hobbies and likes and interests? And how does their family want to remember and cherish them?
What better way to express the tranquility of that day, a time for people to reflect on that day. And like you say, this is a personal journey that you've taken yourself. So I imagine it's very important to you as well.
Yes, it definitely is. And whenever we can fit that into our schedule, we always look for opportunities. In fact, if we find out that neighbors have lost loved ones or such, we immediately jump on, can we be of assistance? How can we use this opportunity to honor the life that your loved one lived? And how can we bring to the fore what that person stood for and celebrate their accomplishments and put that in front of your guests and in front of you and to ease the pain in your heart?
So we're talking about photo tables, memorabilia tables, everything that plays a big part into really celebrating that beautiful send-off for someone.
And yes, and also, again, a focal point, a stage, what have you, a structure, something. We had a neighbor that died in an accident that was an avid outdoorsman, and we were able to come in and to create a pleasing way for his grieving widow and the family to say goodbye. We actually created like a little forest for them to come during the viewing and say goodbye. And the family commented to us that it made such a difference in being able to walk into a beautiful space and say goodbye in a space that looked like what his ideal surroundings were.
Absolutely. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, you get an idea of many of the services she provides. You can also take a look at the imagery right there of some of her past work. Not everything is there on the website. We have been showing you some of the great work there as well. We're talking pretty much, you name it, from an elegant setup to that of the Brown Palace, all the way to an organic setup in your backyard. This is something that really she specializes in, making sure it's a very personal approach, customized for your entire day. Like she says, she basically orchestrates all the pieces coming together, making sure on that day Is that you're artist in such a way that do you actually enjoy your creations as much as the clients that you work for once you see them come together?
Well, I am so blessed to be able to do art for a living. So that's been my passion since I was a very small child, and I am so blessed to be able to do artwork for a real, genuine, extremely important reason.
Your specialty being that of weddings, really across the cultures. If someone had wants to sit down and put together a consultation with you, what would you tell them?
We really need to sit down at the chosen venue and feel the energy of the space, take measurements of the space, and see what's appropriate for the space. And then we'll view things that the bride and groom and brother of the bride and parents of the bride have collected. And we will sketch something out that's to your liking, and that's what we'll provide for you.
Do you enjoy, like you said, you make drawings of each one, kind of putting together how it's going to come about? Do you enjoy actually getting your hands dirty and getting involved with the pieces that you work with?
Absolutely, we do so very much enjoy that. When I was a kid, I could not be found, no matter where I was, without a pad and a pencil. I was just sketching everything I saw. Some were good and some weren't good, but that was the way that I just survived life. I wrote about everything, I wrote music about it, or I drew it. And that's how I tackled life. So this is, just like I said, a blessing and an honor to be able to actually provide a needed service in the community, that I get to draw and I get to have fun in building things. And you wouldn't believe how fun it is for the client when I get my colored pencils out and I say, show me which pink, show me which blue. And they get to pick it out and we try it. No, 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 not that one. Try that one. Okay, that's the one. That's what I want. That's what I want. They love it. What kid doesn't love coloring? We stop coloring because we grow up and we get jobs and we don't have time anymore. People love to color, actually.
Wonderful. Not only is it a blessing for you to be able to enjoy doing what you love, but you're also a blessing for folks out there because they're creating a day that they're going to look back on, not only in photographs, but remember for years to come. I think that's got to be an enjoyable way to conduct a life. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see her website. On the website, once again, is her contact information. Basically, you can set up a consultation. This is a free consultation. She will talk to you. And once you decide, you can look at the venue, check out the space, and find out what it is exactly you're looking for. Once again, that's Enchante Celebrations, located here in Arvada, Colorado. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.